I remember the first time that I listened to Brian Tracy's audiobook, The Psychology of Selling. Brian shares a story about attending a cocktail party and being asked by an older, successful person that he just met, hey, what do you do for a living? Brian responded that he was in sales. The new acquaintance nodded, perhaps unimpressed, and then followed up with, what would it be that you would really want to do? I was 22 years old when I listened to this, and I thought, what are they talking about? Sales is the greatest profession on the planet. At the time, I was unaware that most sales professionals did indeed have a certain negativity associated with them. Well, why? Why do people that help other people reach their goals with the products and services that they represent, why do they sometimes get perceived negatively? I mean, doctors help people, and they seem solid. Teachers help people, and everyone loves their favorite teacher, right? Well, why do salespeople not have that same reputation? The word sell can sometimes be considered a four-letter word, if you know what I mean. Bankers often refer to their sales professionals with titles such as Client Development Officer. I received a prospecting email just today, literally today, from HubSpot, and they call themselves growth specialists. That's fine. In the healthcare industry, they may be called advisors or producers. Many creative titles to attempt to mask what they really do. They sell. It's unfortunate that we're not proud to call ourselves sales professionals. But here's the thing. Who cares? I don't care what anyone's title is, but I do care that they're successful at things like solving problems that they're trained to solve. I care if they're good at not allowing customers to self-diagnose themselves. The sales professional must be highly confident and trained to create and suggest a solution that the customer may not have even thought of themselves. Great sales professionals who sell as a career, not just as a job, they realize that they simply must know their industry more than the people who need their services. Then and only then can they offer up the only thing that your customer will pay for: value. Your chemistry teacher in school knew more about the periodic table than the students. Your doctor doesn't examine you for an hour, throw the x-rays up on the screen, shake her head a bit and say, well, I don't know, what do you think we should do? Teachers and doctors add value. They fix us. They teach us things that we didn't already know. Salespeople sometimes pitch us. So maybe that's it. That's why being a teacher or a doctor is a noble profession, and saying you're in sales is sometimes viewed as not on par with those professions. For you, that stops now. Here's a stat for you. Almost 90% of sales managers want their sales professionals to be more consultative, to be more solutions-based in their style, communicating more like the doctors and the teachers of the world and less like the salespeople that show up and throw up. But when clients are surveyed, only 10% of the salespeople that they deal with are considered knowledgeable enough to pull this off. So there you go. Less than 10% of us salespeople are taking the approach of being the professor. Instead, we're acting like, say, a politician. The professor versus the politician. Which do you aspire to be? Which do you think your clients want you to be? The professor educates us while the politician annoys us. As you go through this class, please keep in mind the outcome that we're striving for. We want you to be viewed as the expert in your industry, that rare air of titan status, a small group of excellent persuaders that know how to articulate the value that customers will gladly pay for. It's not easy. We're dealing with people, so you're going to encounter some problems. Be ready to get frustrated because your customers most often, don't know how to truly fix themselves in the first place. You'll need to do more work on the front end than you've ever done before. You'll show the client a better way, and then they'll lose focus and need help getting motivated to change and get back on track. They'll be skeptics. Remember, most salespeople sell like annoying politicians instead of the professors. They're guarded, they're jaded. You'll need to be that much more prepared to combat this with your clients. Often you'll win business just because your innovative solutions are so awesome, but then there are landmines, hurdles, and other obstacles as you migrate the journey of becoming a true teaching titan that educates, elevates, and ignites action during your new business conversations with the various personas that you need to help. Is the journey worth it? getting your PhD in sales and becoming the professor versus the politician? Every study from every researcher, sales manager, author, etc. says yes, a resounding yes. It's not even close. Now, if you sell products that are more transactional in nature or you're always a low-cost alternative, this game-changing content may be a bit of overkill for your needs. However, I look at it like this, even if it is one less politician, one more professor on this planet, heck, sign me up for that. We're begging you to invest in yourself and get certified on this course on a better way to have business conversations, and yes, S-E-L-L, sell. Market intelligence that matters to the buyer you're consulting with will trump any smooth tip or trick by the untrained competition every day of the week. Hey, and you know what? With this new style of conversing with your clients, you'll feel better. You'll feel more confident, more respected, knowing that you really are the expert in the room. The next time that you're at a cocktail or your party and you're having that cocktail conversation, somebody comes up and says, "Oh, you're in sales? Really? Oh, what do you want to do?" Just smile. Think to yourself how much more successful you most likely are than the person who even just asked you that question. More successful with your financial independence and the lifestyle that comes with that independence. You can just respond and say, "I'm good. Thanks for asking." Okay, let's get started with monetizing your message. Your course from A to Z on educating your customers like a professor, elevating the urgency of opportunities like the doctor, and igniting action as the true sales professional that you've become. Before we move on, a quick chapter test. A test? Heck, you're a professor now. You should ace this thing. You got this. Good luck.